Welcome to a video where I'm going to be showcasing most of the smokes that I know. The two maps that are not involved in this are Vertigo and Nuke, mostly because I don't like those maps and I'm not very good at them, so I don't really know what to look for when it comes to smoking. So I just kind of skip those. We're going to do the other 5 active duty maps, and as you might have noticed by now, this video is a little long. It's not just smokes, there are a couple flashes, but I explain a lot because a lot of people that I've noticed, even in my community, outside of my community, you might be a new person that stumbled upon this video. You might throw a smoke, but have no idea what you're doing, like why you're throwing it or what the purpose of it is. And I try to explain to the best of my capabilities what the smoke does when you throw it. So that's what this video is. So I hope you enjoy. I'm going to be showing you my lineups for Mirage. We're going to start with the mid smokes on T side. I really don't know many CT smokes that are that useful on most maps, and that's just because I haven't really been looking for them. Executing a T site seems more hard for people. Even at 10k, a lot of people still don't know smokes. We're going to start with the 2 mid ones first. I don't have a way to zoom in or anything. Maybe I'll take like a little screenshot and put it on the screen. But mid window, this door and this railing, you just aim at the bottom of this railing and jump throw. That'll smoke window every single time. Without fail, smoke window. And then from the same exact spot, you can aim at this little corner of the carpet. You aim for the middle and then go up to the left a little bit and jump throw. That'll smoke inside of con. And you want it to land on that bottom step, because if it does not land on that bottom step, then they can see over the smoke. It'll smoke and leave this part open and they can just shoot you through this part. But if you do that lineup, it'll land there every time. And then you have the typical go smoke where you get on top of the trash can instead of tucking into the corner. Get on top of the trash can and you can just throw at the corner of this antenna. No jump throw, just left click throw, and it'll block off your cross to mid. So you can cross from cat, you can push up cat, you can get out here, you just gotta watch con or bottom con. And then once you're top mid, the next lineup, top of this box with the line of this antenna right about here, that can smoke window as well. That's a pretty lenient smoke. You just have to make sure you get enough arc on it, otherwise it'll land underpass. And that's just to tuck into this little corner here and throw that. And if you tuck into this side, you can throw right on the edge of this thing right here. This thing right here, this antenna, the left side of this bottom piece, that'll smoke cat. And that's mid smokes. They're relatively simple. The CT smoke I use for A site executes, you line up with this pole, line up with this thing and jump throw. A lot of people will throw this one, they'll aim up here. I like this one because it being a CT player or an opper, you will jump up here and the first thing you will try to do is try to fight from this angle right on top of this box. That completely stifles that. They can't see through that. Then you have the typical go smoke, the stair smoke. This is one of the iconic smokes of this map. Imagine this being a square and you just throw in the dead center of it. If you throw a little too low or you throw a little too high, you can miss it. But if you throw dead center, it'll smoke stairs every time. Every time it'll smoke stairs. See? Stairs and actually sandwich now because of the way CT smoke or the way CS2 smokes work. You want to line up with the center of this window and this is your jungle smoke. When you're dead center of this, you can throw it center, but it'll make the smoke a little wonky on their side. They might be able to see through it. If you aim to the right a little bit of that center and throw it, it'll block your jungle off completely. Easy peasy. And that's your A execute, which in a full throw will look a little something like this. If you have somebody doing each site, you have somebody throwing each smoke, relatively easy to do. And then you have somebody throw jungle. You usually throw these all at the same time. And your execute will look a little something like this. And then as a bonus, you can throw a flashbang up against this. And not that. As a bonus, you can throw a flashbang right here. And throw it right above this little pillar here. And that'll blind somebody. That'll blind most of the site. That'll blind somebody who wants to swing through this smoke and play bench. Somebody who's peeking top ticket, it'll blind them all. And shouldn't blind your team as long as they're not looking behind them. B smokes are a little bit more volatile, at least one, because I only know 2 for this site. You line up with this corner right here, and you jump throw. That'll smoke your market off. It can land in the window, it can land behind the window, it can land in front of the window. It all does the same thing, keeps them from seeing outside of the window. Because when you swing this, you do not want somebody on pistol round with a USP doinking your shit. From the same position, tucked in this corner, if you imagine there's a windowsill that goes all the way across, and you aim right where that windowsill would peek out from the side of the building, you can smoke arches. Or cat, you can call it either one. The downside of this smoke is if you're a little bit too far to the left, you'll miss. A little bit too far to the right, and you'll miss. But if you manage to get that sweet spot, this smoke, along with this smoke, and then do some entry flashes where you run up and you throw it off of this wall high, it'll bounce out that window right there, blind everybody on the site, blind everybody peeking, and you got sight locked down right here. You can rush with your techs, whatever you want to do. Those are all the Mirage smokes I use consistently. Because even at 10K, people still don't know lineups. Next is Overpass. Objectively, my favorite map in the entire game. I have no idea why I love this map so much. However, a lot of people in 10K know literally zero smokes for this map, and it's kind of sad. The first one that I made up is right in this corner here. You tuck in, and you look at the top right. You see this thing right here, this little square, this bottom right square on this box? You aim right for the top right of the part of this square and jump throw. It is a clean smoke. It is one that took me a little bit to find, but that smoke deters a lot of water pushes because it lands right in pipe, pops pretty quick, and they can't really run out through that without you seeing them unless they try to run and tuck in this corner. But even then, they really can't see anything, and you probably will be able to see them if you're playing up here or playing over there. And then the monster smoke, which you have to throw relatively quick because this is a well-known smoke, and it takes about 8 seconds to throw or to pop. What I've timed it. This is really easy though. Tuck into the dumpster. You look right here. Jump throw. You look right at this thing, and jump throw. It'll do a little bit of bouncing, and it'll smoke deep monster. And most T's will try not to push through that because it's a spooky smoke. But my favorite pistol round smoke that I always call, this is my pistol round execute every single time on T side. If you tuck right into here and you throw in line with this line right here, but at the top of this bar, no jump throw, just left click, that'll smoke mid sight. It'll stop them from seeing you heaven, or stop them from seeing you from pit, from back sight, from holding any angles back here. It'll stop them from holding these, standing up on top of this ledge, standing here and trying to pop you. It'll stop a lot of pushes. There is one that Rops throws that's like, I can't hit consistently, where you line up at the edge of this, you look right at the center of this, and then throw. That's a quick smoke heaven, and I have not figured out how to hit it consistently yet because I haven't practiced it enough, but my little execute for a pistol round usually tucks into here, and I throw this mid-sight smoke. By the time that smoke pops, most people are running through monster. If you line up and throw, literally just throw this smoke will blind just about anybody peeking from just about any angle on site. Unless they're playing ante on pillar. They're playing like this, or they're hiding like this. If they're hiding like this and your short guy swings, I mean, just pop the dude. But if he's holding this, if they're holding right here, this smoke, this flash will get them every time. Let's say as a T, you manage to get water control. There's a very easy smoke you can throw to block off heaven. If you guys want to push up through monster, you want to push short, it's one of the easy, you just tuck in between the B sign and this wall right here. You look where this pole and this wire meet from this angle, and you simply left click. That blocks off heaven. They have to run out through heaven to be able to, see you, which is very useful. So those are my Overpass smokes. There's also a flash you can throw up here. This is just a bonus util. This is one of my favorite flashes in the entire game. It's this. There is really no lineup for it. You just have to get a feel for where this spot in the air is. But that'll pop the shit out of long. They can be anywhere long unless they're super close. That will blind them. That was just a bonus util since this video is mostly about smokes. Those are my Overpass smokes though. Not too many. Not too crazy. I've been still learning this map, but util on this map is almost essential because there's so many angles people can peek from. If you line up with the corner of this wall, I don't use the bottom. A lot of people use the bottom. I use this. I don't really have like an actual lineup. I just kind of go until I can't see the wall till it's like flush with the bricks. And second block down, this little broken piece right here, a lot of people will throw like this smoke, or they'll throw here and have it land on the steps. I don't like that smoke, because when you throw it here and it lands on the steps, this does get the job done. This does smoke red so they can't see. However, they can walk up here and play the smoke. And it's not a hard thing to tackle, to kill them when they're in this smoke. But they might be able to get a pick. They might get some damage on you. You don't want that to happen. I throw my smoke a little bit different. I still line up with the same thing, but I am at this broken piece right here. The second block down between the second and third, this little broken piece. If you throw that, that lands in red. Bounces off the step, lands in red, and smokes just the door. So if they run out of this at all, you will see them. Period. And then they're from the same exact spot that you throw red smoke. You can throw a donut smoke. And you can throw this red once again by throwing that. And if you same spot, you aim at the top, this little piece of wood right here, the one that's jutting out, you aim right here and jump throw, that'll smoke donut. That one's actually pretty lenient, because if you aim it a little bit more to the left, it'll smoke deeper inside a donut. But if you want to smoke donut and rush red, I haven't figured out a plat one yet. I'm still working on that, but that's mid. B smokes. I know a whole execute for B. It took me a little while to figure this out, because it's all from the same spot. If you push yourself in this corner, your first smoke is going to be in this sun spot. Right in this sun spot. Could be center, could be left of it, could be right of it, doesn't matter. Just in that sun spot, throw it, it'll smoke this off. I don't even know what this is called, what short, long, I don't know. I think this is long and this is either way. It'll smoke this off, and then from the same exact spot, all three of these smokes are from the same spot. You can throw this smoke, and then you can throw this one. Bottom right of this little thing right here, of this thing, you aim for this bottom piece from back here. You throw that, that smokes cave, and it smokes in cave, right? You won't really be able to see them if they run out. You can aim it a little bit farther to the left, and it'll go a little bit deeper, but either way, as long as you hit that smoke and get it in cave in any way whatsoever, cave is smoked, and you're good. I love that cave smoke. And then from the same exact spot, if you look up at these trees, you see the same leaf. You see these three leaves, right? If you aim for the middle one and jump throw, that one smokes whatever this is called. I don't know what that's called either. But they have no corner, they have no angle to shoot from there, they have no angle to shoot from there. And then your execute will look a little something. It's a pretty quick execute too. That, and that. That's your execute right there. Cave smoked, this smoked, this smoked. And then if you really want to be a big util player and help your team out, throw all three of those smokes. You can run forward, tuck behind this door, and this leaf right here, the short one, this leaf, if you aim for the top piece of that leaf and just left click a flash, that flash alone will blind somebody holding K. If they're holding here, it'll blind them. I don't want to get blinded because it's annoying, but it'll blind them there. If they're playing this angle, they won't. But if they're playing any closer than that, it'll blind them. If they're playing up here, blinded, right? If they're playing here, blinded. If they're playing back here and holding this, blinded. I love that flash. As for my A smokes, this is going to be a weird lineup. I was trying to explain this on stream last night. I call it the wishbone tree, and it's stupid because it doesn't make any sense. But up here, there's this thing right here, this branch. It looks like a wishbone, which is why I call it the wishbone tree. And if you aim right at that wishbone right there, you see that? You can barely see it. It's this piece right here. If you aim at that and jump through this piece of the leaf, it will smoke CT. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it makes sense to me. And it smokes CT. And then you're gonna walk forward a little bit. You tuck in right here and you throw at the top of this diamond right here, this diamond, the second diamond over on the row, that'll smoke your donut. So you can smoke your donut. You can run back here, look through this, throw out the wishbone, And then you got CT and donut smoked, and you can take sight. When you spawn in CT, you usually spawn here. I'm an A player. I always play this plat right here. This plat, I play over here. I play these boxes. So I wanted to learn an A main smoke, and this is going to sound really weird, but if you tuck in this corner and you look at these leaves right here, which you can see them because they're to the left, the right side of this big leaf, and you just jump throw that bounces and smokes off A main. And you can throw that from the very beginning of the round to stifle an A main push. I used to really love this map in Go. I know there's a lot of flashes, there's a lot of smokes you can throw. We're gonna start with a flash first. I know this is a smoke video, but I like showing flashes as well, because being able to be flashed in when I want to entry is nice. This flash is super duper easy for T side. You come out of here, you jump up on this little ledge, you can tuck into this corner, and you aim at the top of this stop sign and jump throw. This smoke you throw almost instantly when you come out. It will not blind your teammates, but when these guys go to swing B, they will be blind. If you swing close, they will be blind, and they have no idea that it's coming. That's a very good flash. For T-side smokes, you can smoke mid-A site. You can smoke the little A-site double boxes, these right here, by doing a simple lineup mid. You just have to make sure you have somewhat mid control or somebody watching your boiler. You want to take the third notch on these gutters and aim for the middle and jump throw. Aim for the middle. You can do the middle. You can do the little bit top of it. Doesn't matter as long as you're somewhere between the middle and the top of this little notch. You can jump throw that. That'll land on or near these boxes. And anybody who's holding this angle, playing sight, playing here, they might be able to play the smoke a little bit, but nobody playing Moto will be able to see apps now. And that is it's a useful smoke. This smoke is not as useful. I've gotten to use it a couple times in Premiere, but it is not super useful. Depends on if you're like lurking B. Say you're lurking B and you're the last one rotating, and your team's already on site A. If you tuck into this corner and you look at the corner of this railing, this piece right here, and you jump throw, this will actually smoke off library, which I throw this smoke as my team's pushing sometimes, because a lot of people will rotate early from B and they'll play here, and that smoke will just basically completely stop library or arches playing, and they will have to go lane. They have no choice but to go lane. In apps, if you tuck yourself into this corner right here, and you aim for this white piece right here, you aim at the middle. You can go to the right a little bit, you can go to the left. I wouldn't go to the left a little bit. I would probably aim for the middle or the right side of this. Throw that. It'll land in here, and it'll smoke off the left side. So they have to run up to see you. This basically lets your apps guy isolate. You can isolate yourself in the 1v1 against Pit. You still have to win your gunfight, but you're not taking shots from somebody who might be playing up on this ledge, might be playing from here, might be shooting you from Moto. They might still try and spam through the smoke, but they won't be able to see that you're there. You'll have coverage on that side, and you can take this ones with him. And if you want to win your ones with him, there is no lineup for this. You just want to make sure you can see this plain and clear, and you can throw a flash off of that. And that'll blind, that lands right here in between these, and it'll blind somebody's sight. It'll blind the Pit guy. It might not blind many because he won't be looking, but a pretty simple smoke. And then let's say you're T side, you're running up B. I have two easy smokes for this. This one's the safest smoke that I've probably ever made. The fifth light over, just dead center in between this ledge and the fifth light. That smoke's coffin. Easy. A lot of people, from what I've played in 10K, they will run through the smoke and they will peek this side of it. So when I throw this smoke, I will always stare at the left side of the smoke, and most of the time your team will clear the rest of the site before they plant. I hold this smoke because a lot of people will run through it. And then run up to the other side of the wall, tuck into the corner, and look at this. I don't know what this is. I call it a mic stand. It's not. It just looks like it. It's just a piece of hinge hanging off. Just left click that. That's an easy CT smoke that doesn't miss, that doesn't peek out too much, because being a CT, I will play this angle. I will sit right here and play the smoke, and it is free kills, usually 2 rounds, and then they'll start watching that pretty frequently. And you can just tuck in. You can throw this smoke. You can tuck in, throw this smoke. And then if you have a molly, you can look here and you can throw it between these right here if you want. Anubis. This map has been growing on me. This map does not get picked very often, and I don't know why, but this is like a highly banned map when I play in 10K. I do know a couple smokes, not a whole lot, but if you tuck into this corner, a lot of people will say, aim up here, aim up here. I just aim for the corner of this building and jump throw. That smokes deep mid, and it only smokes this part off. There's a lot of different lineups for this, and that's the one I use. I like that lineup. That lineup is extremely consistent, and I usually never miss it. And then for dark, if you aim at the corner of this piece of wood sticking up and jump throw, that'll smoke dark off as well. So you can smoke this, and then you can smoke this, and then you have your dark smoked and your mid smoked. Dark and mid. You can take this, watch this corner, and if you want to rush, you can drop and dark smoked as well. You can rush this way if you want. You can take whatever control you want. You can get water control. It doesn't matter. There's a lot of different ways to get water control. And those are just two extremely simple ones. And this smoke is a little nuts. It took me a little bit to figure this out. I was really surprised when I found it. If you tuck into this corner, which you can do a lot from this corner on a B site, you can throw flashes right here. You can aim at the top of this crease, throw a flash there. You can aim up here and throw a flash that'll bounce off the top and bank down. I throw a smoke, the smoke's temple. And this smoke is kind of gnarly because, as I've showed in a few smokes in this video, I don't like when smokes are like this because I've noticed a lot of people tend to run through them when they smoke like this, including me. Like, this does get the job done. It keeps them from running out temple, but a lot of people will run through this smoke and try to get shots on you. And I don't know, man. Sometimes with Peeker's advantage, that's not a good look. I made up a smoke where you tuck in here and you look at this right here, the light part, you aim at this little spot right there. And this smoke will take a second to land. It'll take a little bit to land. But when it does, just watch. You can even watch the grenade cam and see how crazy it is where it goes. Falls to the top, it lands just on the top of the ledge and temple and smokes off just the temple door. They can still run out here, but you can also take control of this now. You can have somebody play up plat with no worries about somebody running out. You can just hold this and you can just play this pillar. You can play left side. This smoke is gnarly. I love this smoke. And then the last smoke for Anubis is if you're in the same exact corner, if you just look up right at this, right where this brick and this line meet, because there's a little cutout on that brick right there. If you look right there and throw your smoke, that will block off CT. They can still play pushed up on this angle right here if they want to. I think they can still peek over the smoke a little bit and see you, but it stops them from pushing things. I haven't really figured out how to get one all the way back there yet. I haven't played with it enough on this map because this map doesn't get picked enough where I have to use this stuff all the time. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I tried my best to keep it as short as possible, but I don't like throwing smokes without having an explanation as to what you're doing, because if somebody's new, like I said in the intro, you don't know why you're throwing that smoke. So I felt like an explanation was needed so people know what they're doing. It's not just a video showcasing the smoke just so you have no idea. A brand new player could stumble upon this and know why you're smoking heaven or know why you're smoking window. So I hope you guys did enjoy. I do plan on doing more of these, and there will be more content to come. Thank you for watching.